Welcome to Comic Power. I'm your host, Comic Killer 72. Welcome to another episode of The Quick Flip. This is the program where I go over comic book industry news in a very short period of time. Be sure to click on the notification bell as well. It will let you know when a new video is posted in the future. Alright, now let's get right into it. Of course, the lead story is Captain Marvel making its debut last weekend and earning $153 million on the opening weekend. The feminist views of the lead star, Brie Larson, seem to rub wrong some trolls out there who seem to have made their life's work to try to turn public opinion against the movie, but they had an epic fail. Just remember that if you don't like something, it doesn't mean that it's not good. I've already addressed the controversy in a previous video called Why Do Some Men Hate Brie Larson as Captain Marvel? It's part 2 of a 3-part miniseries of understanding the Captain Marvel character better. Part 1 explains how the name Captain Marvel went from a man who looks like this to a woman who looks like this. Link also in the description, but I want to move forward on Captain Marvel's victory lap. And no, Disney is not lying about the numbers. They really did make $153 million. Just like some people didn't believe that Aquaman actually made $1 billion. Have you ever thought that the superhero movie genre is growing? Some people have no life and they just spread all these stupid conspiracy theories, I swear. By the way, I have an embargo about spoilers. I won't talk about the movie in specifics for the first 3 weekends. This embargo will be in effect until March 24th, 2019 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I will give no official specific spoilers until then, and if you're speaking up in the comment section, make sure you follow that rule too. If you haven't seen the movie yet, you're probably wondering, why does Nick Fury have hair and 2 eyes instead of 1? Why are you seeing images of Captain Marvel in an off-teal looking uniform when her uniform looks like this? And why are people posting images of this cat? To understand all of that, you'll have to go see the movie. As for the film itself, I was thoroughly entertained. I give it 3.7 out of 5 stars. It does a great job of explaining an origin story without getting bogged down with all of the tropes of a typical origin story. It's not as good as my top 5 Marvel movies, which are Guardians of the Galaxy, Infinity War, Black Panther, The Winter Soldier, and the first Avengers. But it's not as bad as my bottom 5, which are Thor Part 1, Iron Man 2, The Hulk, Thor: The Dark World, and the first Captain America movie. This is Marvel's first movie with a female headlining it, and their 21st overall in the MCU. So out of 21 movies, I would rank this the 9th best out of the 21 so far, and that's not bad. To me, Marvel is sort of like Pixar. It's built up a lot of goodwill in its genre, so people trust it. It has very good, strong name recognition, and people trust that that name will deliver. So anyway, Captain Marvel, another big hit for Marvel. The film franchise is like a tank that just keeps steamrolling. If you try to get in the way, you're just going to get ran over. So you might as well join this army and enjoy the ride. Next up is the speculation pick of the week. First up, I owe you guys one for March 6, 2019. I missed that last week because I was up to my eyeballs editing my Captain Marvel video. In saying that, the pick of the week for March 6 was The Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys Marvel History #1 from Marvel Comics. If you don't understand the Cosmic Ghost Rider, watch my video called The Top 10 Comics of 2018, where the Cosmic Ghost Rider #1 ranks #4 on the list. The adventures of this character involve an alternative universe. So the creator and writer of this character, Donny Cates, can do virtually anything he wants and have no lasting effect on the current continuity of Marvel. If you remember, Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, it's something like that, completely ridiculous and over the top. This is #1 of a 6-part miniseries, by the way. The runner-up is Domino Hot Shots #1, also from Marvel Comics. This character made her live-action debut in Deadpool 2, which came out last summer. And she was played by Zazie Beetz, who first got famous on the show Atlanta opposite Donald Glover. As for the comic, it's #1 of a 5-part miniseries involving Domino and an all-female team of mercenaries. It's written by Gail Simone, who made a name for herself writing Birds of Prey for DC Comics in the past. Okay, now we can get into this week with March 13th, 2019. And the pick of the week is Assassination #1 from Image Comics. This is written by Cal Starks, who is most famous right now for writing Rick and Morty over at Oni Press. And it's drawn by Erica Henderson, who's a 2-time Eisner Award winner. It's an action comedy about a hitman who hires 20 bodyguards for his protection as he attempts to solve the mystery of who's trying to kill him. I love the cover, by the way. It kind of reminds me of Mr. Scarface is Back, the 1991 classic hip-hop album, which depicts a drug deal gone bad. The runner-up of the week is The Magnificent Miss Marvel #1 from Marvel Comics. Please note, this character has been confirmed by Marvel boss Kevin Feige to appear in live action once Captain Marvel has been firmly established, so most likely Captain Marvel 2. The popularity of this character keeps rising, so you might want to be paying attention. And that brings us to the Suicide Squad and what's going to happen in the sequel. Well, first off, the original director and writer David Ayer is not coming back. The film did good at the box office, but it was very polarizing, mostly involving the Joker. Some people didn't like the look of the Joker, some people didn't like the idea that he was barely in the movie, maybe 15 minutes. But DC had a gift that fell right into their lap with James Gunn, who's coming over to direct. As you know, he was the director and the writer of the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies with Marvel. But he got fired because of some tweets that were unearthed that he made about 10 years ago, in which he made crude statements about sexual assault and other sexual crimes. He owned up to the tweets and said they were intended to be satirical, but it forced Disney's hand and they fired him. But Warner Brothers are stepping in and saying, give us some of that MCU magic you guys got. Let's face it, the Suicide Squad would never have been made if Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't a hit. You have a group of anti-heroes and villains through a string of events are formed together into a team to do heroic acts that's bigger than themselves. Even more intriguing is that Will Smith won't be back as Deadshot, and allegedly Idris Elba will be playing Deadshot. If you don't remember, he's the guy that was playing Heimdall, the gatekeeper in the Thor franchise. It became pretty obvious that his talent was too big for such a limited character. At the time he got cast in Thor, he was like a C-list actor, but now he's like a strong B+ now. And for African American females, he's a strong A+. They love this guy. It's also being reported that they will be adding King Shark to this team. I'm curious to see if they'll do practical makeup like they did on Killer Croc, or will they do CGI? We do know that Margot Robbie will be returning as Harley Quinn, which is awesome. And with James Gunn directing, they really have something great on their hands. I can't wait to see what they come up with. You know the drill. Subscribe to this channel, give it a thumbs up, and share these videos on social media so others learn about the channel. And don't forget, I do sell comics at my eBay page listed here. One Stop Thrift and Comic Power are ran by the same guy. That would be me, Comic Killer 72. I am 100% feedback, by the way. Once again, thank you to all my subscribers and viewers who support Comic Power. Until next time, this is Comic Killer 72 for Comic Power saying bye-bye.